If you're thinking about buying a home, you have probably heard all sorts of videos, read things, talked to friends, and you've probably got a long list of things to do when you're shopping for a home. But I'm going to talk to you about 5 things not to do when you are shopping for a home. Number 1, don't even think about getting started if you don't have a pre-approval. Because trust me, there is almost nothing worse than falling in love with that $400,000 home only to realize that the absolute max you can manage is $325,000. It is going to set you up for disappointment and make everything look like garbage when you go to look at the homes that you can actually afford. So make sure that you have a real clear idea of what you can afford and what you're wanting to afford before you get started really shopping for homes. Number 2, don't assume that nobody is listening to you as you walk through a house. When you're touring a home in the state of Virginia, it is totally legal for the seller to be recording you. Some other states that's not true, but here in the state of Virginia, you can be recorded, and I would say go so far as to expect to be recorded. So if you're talking about how much you hate somebody's decor choices, that's probably not going to get your offer to win if there are multiple offers. It's just not. People don't like it, even if your offer is the best. In the same vein, number 3 is don't just pay attention to decor. It is great to walk into a well-styled house, a well-loved home that has been decorated, and maybe it's like photos and paintings and things from someone's travels, and it can be very distracting. You can fall in love with the idea of it, but make sure you're actually looking at the house, because all that stuff, those travels, those experiences, those sofas, whatever, they don't come with it. Pay attention to the actual home you're looking at. Number 4, don't get dazzled by the house and ignore the location. You can find an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous house that backs up to a 6-lane highway. Are you going to love backing up to that 6-lane highway? If you are, or if it doesn't bother you, that's fine. As my father used to say, there's a tail for every seat. So just remember that in another, perhaps slower market, that house may be slightly harder to sell. So make sure you're getting it for a better price than you would get that home for in a better location. Make sure ultimately that you like the location, you like the neighborhood. It doesn't give you a ridiculous commute. That if you've got kids, you feel comfortable with them going outside to play, so on and so forth. There are 100 things or more that can make a neighborhood great or terrible, and they're all different for every one of us. Just don't get dazzled by the fancy new kitchen if everything around you is not that great. It's not gonna do you well financially, and if you're not comfortable where you live, you're not gonna like it, and that mortgage payment's just gonna feel bad every month. Finally, number 5, and this is the hardest one to remember and the hardest one to do sometimes. Don't let your emotions get the better of you and end up paying more than you're comfortable with, or getting too attached to a house and then finding that you're in a multiple offer situation, there were 12 offers and you didn't get it, and now you've got, to go to the seaside to recover for 6 weeks because you're devastated. Don't get attached until it's actually your home, your house, and your property, and you actually got the contract and won the house if there are multiple offers. So hopefully those things not to do will help you a little bit as much as some of the things that you want to make sure you do. If you're thinking about buying a home in the next 6 months, the next 12 months, whatever, I'd love to talk to you. My name is Cindy Bennett. I'm an associate broker with Maison Real Estate Boutique, and I've been selling real estate in the Richmond area for over 20 years. I work with tons of buyers, and I'd love to work with you to help you meet your next real estate goal.